Hello, Lucy. How are you?
Hello, great, and you?
Okay. Everything okay?
Nice.
How was your day yesterday?
It was fine. It was fine. And you?
Well, busy like always. But I guess this week the cold diminished, but it's raining now. It's actually it's a good weather. It's not cold, it's not hot, it's just perfect.
Mhm. Nice. Today that it was raining here too.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess you have a pretty good weather today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more practice on scenarios from the British Council. Remember, we're practicing for the TOEFL exam, okay? So
Okay.
we're gonna do a lot of reading and also comprehension. So you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Let me show you my screen. All right, so we are in the third episode, and in this exercise, in this worksheet, Marsha calls the candidates to give them details of the interview. Okay, so now we have the human resources uh, person in charge, which is Marsha, and she's going to call the candidates and get details and perhaps program an interview. Okay,
Okay.
but before that, we have some vocabulary. Let's see. Number one, an interview panel.
Mm, letter D. No. Yes. Letter D.
Okay, good. A personal statement.
Letter E.
Yes. And sometimes we call these a cover letter.
Okay.
Okay, a procedure.
Letter A.
That's correct. A presentation.
Letter H. No. No. A presentation. Letter F.
Okay, F, right? To reimburse.
Letter B.
Yes. A flip chart.
Letter C. No. Um, letter G.
Okay. Are you familiar with a flip chart?
No.
Okay, maybe you didn't have the opportunity to use this kind of chart. Well, a flip chart is like a big pad paper in a easel, like for painting. Instead of a painting, you put a flip chart and you write on it, and then you flip the pages, como un cuaderno grandote en blanco y escribes, and you
Okay.
flip the pages. That's a flip chart. We don't use them anymore, right? Because of course, whatever you write, it stays.
Mhm.
But yes, we used to use flip charts a lot of the times.
Ah,
So, okay, a data projector
letter H.
and travel expenses.
Letter C.
Okay, good. And are any of these vocabulary new to you?
Procedure.
Procedure?
Yes, 3 and 5.
Okay. Procedimiento, procedure. Okay. So let's watch the video. You ready?
Yes.
Give me just a second. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Marcia Boardman. I'm calling from Webware.
Oh, hi, Masha. Great to hear from you.
You'll have already been told you've been shortlisted for interview. Oh, yes. Great. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes. Is it okay if I call you now? Would you like me to call you back later? No. That's okay. Good. Well, we're very excited about meeting you. Okay, I just want to talk you through the procedure for the day. Someone will meet you when you arrive, reimburse you for any travel expenses you may have, and then bring you up to meet myself and Philip Hart, the CEO.
Okay, sounds good. So, will you be the only members of the interview panel there then?
Yes, it will be just me and Philip who will talk to you. The interview will be in 3 parts. First of all, we'll ask you some general questions about yourself and your educational and professional background. Then we'll move on to specifics.
Oh, specifics. What kind of questions will you be asking?
Well, it'd be very similar to the personal statement you submitted with your CV. We'll be expecting you to give actual examples of problems you've faced and solved and of what you feel your major successes in your career so far.
Okay, well, yeah, it sounds great. Can't wait.
Then there'll be a chance for you to ask us any questions about the job itself or webware in general.
Oh, okay, I'll think of something.
After that, we'd like you to give a short presentation on how you see webware as a company progressing and how you see yourself taking us there.
Okay, so will I be expected to give like a formal style presentation?
It can be as formal or as informal as you like. There'll be a flip chart and a data projector there available. If you need anything else, just let us know.
Oh, okay, a presentation. I'll think of something. I haven't done one of those in a while.
Is that all clear? Right. So Daniel, I'll see you at 11 a.m. a week tomorrow.
Okay, great. Yeah, I look forward to meeting you. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, so Sarah will be seeing you at 1 p.m. a week tomorrow. Best of luck.
Oh, thanks. I'll need it.
So that's how pretty much human resources does it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Do you think we can go into the questions or do you want to read the transcript?
We can go to the question.
Okay. So number 1, write number 1 to 6 to put the stages of the interview process in order.
Okay.
Read the procedures. Which one is number 1?
Okay. Arrival and meeting number 1.
Okay. Read carefully.
General questions about education or work story number 2.
Okay.
Questions to Philip and Marcia about the job or company. Number 3. No. Specific questions about problems. Number 3.
That will be 3.
Yes. Short talk on the company's future. Number 4. Questions to Philip and Marcia about the job or company.
Okay.
And who found the of the cost.
All right. We are very close. But not that close. Okay, so let's see. Arrival in meeting, that is correct.
Okay.
Number 2, you said general questions about education and history. This is actually number 3.
Okay.
But, and then what do you think is number 2?
A specific question.
No, that would actually be
Short talk on the company's future.
That's actually number 6.
Who found the cost of the costs?
That would be actually, yes, number 2. And this one is correct. So the problem about questions in sequence is that if you skip one, okay, the rest are going to be incorrect, right?
Yes.
That's a big problem now. Okay, so let's continue. Put the words in order to make sentences.
Hi, Marcia. Great to hear from you.
Okay. Hi, Marcia. Oh, that's actually great to hear from you. Okay. What about the next one? It's a question.
Will be only the will be
Will you?
will be or will you be
Okay, matter.
the only members of the interview panel?
Next.
What kind of questions you will be asked?
You will be, or is a question?
You will be asked.
Backwards.
Will you be? Okay.
Okay.
Will I expected to give
Will I be expected to?
give a formal presentation?
Okay. and 5.
Okay, I will think a presentation of something. Of one.
Okay. I'll think of
A presentation of something.
I don't know. Remember, she says, okay, presentation. She was surprised, right? And then you have I'll.
Think of something.
Yes. Okay, and the last one?
Okay, I
Okay.
look forward to meeting. Great.
Okay, great.
I look forward to meeting.
To meeting you.
To meeting you.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now, discussion. What do you have to do? What did you have to do in your last job interview? What questions were you asked? Now, please make a full paragraph, 5 sentences.
Okay.
Okay. Start from the beginning and do some transitional words so that your information sounds smooth.
Okay.
It's okay if you have to manage chronological order, first, second, third, lastly, then, okay? So I give you 5 minutes. Let me know when you finish.
Okay. I'm finished.
Okay. So let me hear it. What did you have to do in your last job interview?
Okay, I have to first. I have to travel to the company that's 1 hour far from my house. When I get there, firstly I have to introduce myself and talk about my studies in the school and university. Second, I have to talk about my job experience and say what was my position and talk about the different things I did. Then I have to answer some questions online and wait for my results.
Okay. That's it?
Yes,
Okay. And did you have to do a follow-up interview?
no,
Okay. And your interview was only with human resources?
yes. Only with,
Or did you, or were you interviewed with the department in charge?
only with human.
Human resources right now. Okay. Yes, because there's steps to follow, right? First human resources, then the next interview. There's usually three interviews in total.
Okay.
Mostly two, but you never know.
Yes,
Okay, good. All right, so let's do another exercise. Are you ready?
yes.
Okay, so the first person, Daniel. Daniel's interview doesn't go too well. What mistakes does he make? Okay, so we have first the preparation task. A stepping stone. What's a stepping stone?
A stepping stone. Mm, I don't know. Let's leather. No. Can we do another?
Okay, fluent.
Letter B.
Okay. And managing.
Letter D.
Okay. Motivation.
Letter 8.
Ambition.
Letter C.
Opposition.
F.
Okay. CEO.
Letter A.
Okay. And hardware.
G.
Okay. Any questions on the vocabulary?
And letter 1 is letter E.
Yes, a stepping stone. But check out the definition. A stage or step that helps achieve a goal. Stepping stone.
Okay.
Como un escalón.
Okay.
Okay. That's actually what it is. Now, this time we're going to read the transcript. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
Hi there. Good morning, Daniel. Hold on, please. I'm Marcia Bornman. We spoke on the phone, and this is Philip Hurst, our CEO. Hello, nice to meet you, Bob. It says here on your CV that you're interested in folk climb. Yeah, I love. Great. So do I. When did you last go climb? Well, it was a while ago. Anywhere interesting? Yeah, I woke up the hill behind my house. Took me about 30 minutes. Oh, okay. Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about your current position? Certainly, as it says in the CV, I'm part of the European series Teamwork at Network. We are the world's leading supplier of IT hardware. Why do you want to move on? Well, they are too small for me. Network are too small for you? Yeah, I'm looking for something much bigger. Well, we are not a big company by any means, but we are looking to grow. What first attracted you to webware in particular? Well, I see webware as kind of like a stepping stone. Sophie, yeah, start here, gain the necessary experience, then move on to something big. Well, I do admire your ambition. Thanks, I got lots of it. Let's move on to managing people. Can you give an example of a time when you had to deal with a particular difficult manager? Sure, well, I think that's one of my strong points actually. A couple of years ago, I was working with a guy who wasn't pulling his weight, basically being lazy, so I told him to get up. Could you wait me 10 seconds, please?
Okay.
Okay, you didn't give him a performance review or a warning or perhaps try to develop his motivation. No, none of that harsh. If someone's not working hard enough, then they are out. That's the way I work. I am a hard man. I see. How will you handle a rapidly changing market? Basically, don't change anything at all. Just continue on as normal. Regardless. According to your CV, you are fluent in Mandarin. Well, I wouldn't say fluent exactly, but I like Chinese food a lot, so I can feed them in. So you can actually speak the language? No. Can you tell us about the time you had to close a particularly challenging deal? I haven't had one. They are easy for me. I close deals all the time. Oh, well, do you have any question for us? No. Oh, thanks. Let's move on the presentation.
Okay. So are you ready for the video?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure you're curious, right?
Yes.
Give me just a second.
Sure.
You ready?
Yes.
Hi there.
Good morning, Daniel.
Oh, Dan, please.
I'm Marcia Baldwin. We spoke on the phone, and this is Philip Hart, our CEO.
Hello. Nice to meet you both.
So it says here on your CV that you're interested in rock climbing.
Yeah, I love it.
Great. So do I. When did you last go climbing?
Well, it was a while ago now.
Anywhere interesting?
Yeah, I walked up the hill behind my house. It took me about 30 minutes.
Okay, Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about your current position?
Certainly. As it says in the CV, I'm part of the European sales team at NetWorld. We're the world's leading supplier of IT hardware.
Why do you want to move on?
Well, they're too small for me.
Networld are too small for you.
Yeah, I'm looking for something much bigger.
Well, we're not a big company by any means, but we are looking to grow. What first attracted you to webware in particular?
Well, I see webware as kind of like a stepping stone.
Sorry?
Yeah, I start here, gain the necessary experience, and then move on to something bigger.
Well, I do admire your ambition.
Thanks, I've got lots of it.
Let's move on to managing people. Can you give an example of a time when you had to deal with a particularly difficult managee?
Sure, well, I think that's one of my strong points, actually. A couple of years ago, I was working with a guy who wasn't pulling his weight, basically being lazy, so I told him to get out.
Oh, you didn't give him a performance review or a warning, or perhaps try to develop his motivation?
No, none of that rubbish. If someone's not working hard enough, then they're out. That's the way I work. I'm a hard man.
I see.
How would you handle a rapidly changing market?
Basically, not change anything at all. Just continue on as normal, regardless.
According to your CV, you are fluent in Mandarin.
Well, I wouldn't say fluent exactly, but I like Chinese food a lot, so I can read the menu.
So you can't actually speak the language?
No.
Can you tell us about a time you had to close a particularly challenging deal?
I haven't had one. They're all easy for me. I close deals all the time.
Okay, well, do you have any questions for us?
No.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Let's move on to the presentation.
Okay, so
Okay.
you never know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try something different. Let's go into the exercise. Okay, so are the sentences true or false?
Okay. First, false.
Can you read it?
Daniel's rock climbing experience is impressive. False. Daniel thinks that he should be working in a bigger company than Network. True.
Networld.
Okay, true.
True.
Daniel expects to work at webware for a long time. False. Marcia is impressed by Daniel's person management skills. False. Daniel has a good idea about how to handle a rapidly changing situation in the market. False. Daniel speaks Mandarin Chinese well. False. Daniel thinks that closing deals is very easy. True. Daniel's interview performance is good overall. False.
False. Okay, good. Now, put the tips in the correct groups. So we have do and don't.
Okay. Highlight your strengths.
Do, okay. Highlight your strengths. What else?
Ask questions. Develop your answer with details and explanation.
Okay.
Show your interest in the company and the job.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Show your interest in the company and the job.
Okay. What else?
Give examples of things that you have done in your past.
Okay. What about the don'ts?
Mention plans to quit this company.
Okay.
Criticize your current job or colleagues' strengths. Show negative qualities, careless or arrogant.
Okay.
Say things that aren't true. Give short answers that lack depth.
Okay. For example, I close deals all the time. It's easy. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to give examples, right? That's what they were expecting.
Yes.
Not just, yeah, sorry. We know you close deals, but give some examples. We need to hear it, okay? And any questions about the tips?
No, no question.
No? Why do you think this information is important?
To go more prepared to an interview.
To be prepared, okay, for the interview. Also, remember you're applying for a management position. So that means you're going to have to give direction to people. So you need to have good communication skills,
Yeah.
right? And whatever information you provide to human resources or the interview panel, you need to be careful because they will decide whether you are adequate for the position or not. Okay.
Okay.
And we have another question. What were Daniel's good and bad points? What should he do to improve his interview performance? Okay. Write your answers in a Word paper, in a Word file, and show me your screen when you finish. Please write 5 statements.
I am writing in the chat box.
In the what?
In the chat box.
Okay, please.
Okay. Yes, I am right all of.
Okay, so please help me with the information.
Okay. I'm finished.
Okay, so walk me through.
Okay. The interview with Daniel was awful. He didn't tell the truth in his CV because when they asked him if he speaks Mandarin, he said that only at the moment to order some food. I think if he would be more honest in his CV, they didn't call it. He should
Okay,
he should be more professional and don't say that he wants to stay only a few months in that company. He should talk about his experience with more detail and show interest in the job position.
okay. All right. So, but I believe that he is not aware that he's not doing good
Yes,
because maybe he's too overconfident, correct?
yes.
Or what do you think?
I think he's arrogant.
Okay.
Um, and that.
Anything else?
No, nothing.
Okay. So let's see. We still got time for another exercise. So let's try to do something.
Okay.
Okay. Give me just a second. Perhaps we can move on to the next part. Let me show you my screen.
Okay.
Now, we talked about Daniel. Let's talk about Sarah. Sarah goes for her interview. How would she do? Okay. So before we do that, we have some vocabulary
Okay.
to diversify.
Letter D.
B,
B.
B, or D.
B.
Okay.
P. E.
Precise or technical details in a contract.
Yes.
Okay.
3A.
Technicalities.
Um, I don't know.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. To pull something off.
B.
To leave a job.
Yes. No. To move on to leave a job.
To move on. Okay. What about to pull something off? To do something successfully.
Okay.
Carbon footprint.
8.
Okay. And temperament.
F.
Mm, It says here, hard to please or satisfy. That would be something more like picky.
Okay.
Temperament.
Sí.
Okay. And technicalities,
Sí.
precise or technical details in a contract, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are any of the vocabulary new to you?
Well, technicalities and carbon footprint.
Carbon footprint,
Yes.
the amount of carbon dioxide produced by somebody or something. How much do you contaminate? Remember, companies, they contaminate. How? They use energy, they produce waste, okay? They do have some carbon footprint. If they
Okay.
have cars, they pollute. So yes, there's an impact. To pull something off, don't forget to pull something off to do something successfully.
Okay.
All right. Before we go into the video, let's read the transcript. Are you ready?
Yes. Hi, Sarah. I'm Marcia Borsman. We spoke on the phone. Oh, yes, I remember. I was having a bad day. This is Philip Hart, our CEO. Hello, it's very nice to meet you both. It says on your CV that you do voluntary work. Well, when I have time, yes, I work at a center for children with difficulties. That must be very interesting. It's rewarding and challenging. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about your current position? I'm assistant sales director for a chain of language schools. So this post will be quite a change then. I don't think so, honestly, because the skills are the same despite the pro. Why are you thinking of moving on? Well, I have come as far as I can in my current position. I feel, and I am 28 now, I would love to take on some more responsibility. Oh, let's move on to managing people. Can you give us an example of when you had to deal with a particular digital difficult manager? Yes, I had two people working for me who didn't get along at all. They had no shared values, different temperaments, and used to argue a lot. It looked like it was impossible for them to work together, so I sat down with them and we talked about their differences and their problems, and after that things went much more smooth. How will you deal with a rapidly changing and uncertain global market? Oh, that's actually something I wanted to talk about in my presentation. I say to stay flexible and to diversify markets and sell strategies. It says on your CV you speak French and Spanish. Yes, I do. I live in both French and Spanish for a while. Any plans to learn another language? I'd love to try. Oh, can you tell us about a time you had to close a particularly challenging deal? Well, the biggest contract I won and the thing I'm most proud of professionally was with a large university in India to provide a language training. The contract was full of technicalities and the client was very picky, but I still pulled it.
Okay. Any questions on vocabulary?
No,
No questions?
no course.
Okay. So let's move on to the video. Are you ready?
Okay.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Marcia Boardman. We spoke on the phone,
Oh, yes, I remember. I was having a bad day.
and this is Philip Hart, our CEO.
Hello.
Hello, it's very nice to meet you both.
It says on your CV that you do voluntary work.
Well, when I have time, yes, I do work at a centre for children with difficulties.
That must be very interesting.
It's rewarding and challenging.
Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about your current position?
I'm Assistant Sales Director for a chain of language schools.
So this post would be quite a change then.
I don't think so, honestly, because the skills are the same despite the product.
Why are you thinking of moving on?
Well, I've come as far as I can in my current position, I feel, and I'm 28 now and would love to take on some more responsibility.
Let's move on to managing people. Can you give us an example when you had to deal with a particularly difficult managee?
Well, yes, I had two people working for me who didn't get along at all. They had no shared values, different temperaments, and used to argue a lot. It looked like it was impossible for them to work together. So I sat down with them and we talked about their differences and their problems. And after that, things went much more smoothly.
How do you deal with a rapidly changing and uncertain global market?
Oh, that's actually something I wanted to talk about in my presentation. But I'd say to stay flexible and to diversify markets and sales strategies.
It says on your CV you speak French and Spanish.
Yes, I do. I lived in both France and Spain for a while.
Any plans to learn other languages?
I'd love to try.
Okay. About a time you had to close a particularly challenging deal.
Well, the biggest contract I won and the thing I'm most proud of professionally was with a large university in India to provide language training. The contract was full of technicalities and the client was very picky, but I still pulled it off.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, about your ethical policy and your carbon footprint. I was wondering whether you are planning to reduce your carbon footprint and whether all your products are ethically sourced.
That's a very good question. And that's something we're moving towards at the moment.
Okay, well, let's move on to the presentation.
Quite different, right?
Yeah.
Very different from Daniel. Yes, of course, Sarah was much more prepared. And yes, she was ready for it. She did her homework. She studied the situations and she gave some very good examples, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to stop here and we will continue tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
And can you help me with the survey?
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.